A Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. We dish everything healthy lifestyle, healthy recipes, WW at the moment, and fabulous friendship here. And if that's something that interests you, then hit that subscribe button and join our community here on YouTube. We also have a fantastic Facebook group, Dish with D's Crew. It is linked down below. Come join us there as well. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's Saturday and it is the day I go to my workshop in Turnersville, New Jersey. So my fabulous leader, Marianne. So I'm coming to bring you the meeting topic that WW puts out every week. Of course, this is the last day. We have a tasting and we have a workshop to get to. So let's get started. The recipe of the week, yeah, apparently I bought something if I got a bag, was BLT pasta salad. I love a good pasta salad. Don't know if I would use the chickpea penne because I really find, I don't know if you can see it, there is the QR code. I am filming in cinematic mode. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. I thought I'd try it since it's new on this camera. Because my phone is upgraded. It says a cinematic filming mode. So the black is a little bit blurry. The background is a bit blurry. So I thought I'd see what you think of it. So looks pretty good. I'm not a fan of the chickpea pasta. I do think that would ruin it for me because it's all about the texture of the pasta. And I'm not a huge fan of the texture of chickpea or whole wheat. So I would want it soft in a salad like that. So might not work for me. I would go with regular pasta and suck the points for it. But that's what I do. But yes, I did. They gave away these today at the meeting. That's why I love to go. These are called, you can see it because of the cinematic mode is probably going to be very blurry. And I apologize for that. Maybe I'll go to the frame. They're called WW with Sweet Nothings, Nut Butter Bites, oatmeal raisin, and they had chocolate. What's the one I have here? Chocolate peanut butter, I think. I already had the chocolate. I knew I'd like this one better, so that's the one I purchased. They are 3 points. You get 2 bites, and I will show you them after we go over the meeting topic. They're 5 in a pack. I think they're $11, which is a little bit steep, I know. What's the protein in there? 3.5, I think. Not sure. But you get both bites for 140 calories. But I thought they were really tasty, so I wanted to try them. And I did bring my magazine to the meeting this week to show everybody they were all so sweet and supportive. That's what a meeting does. It gives you a community. And like I said, if you don't have one, that's why Dish with D is here, to bring the community to you. So like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet and you need a community, join us. But this is, I think the new edition is out. So if you want to see the one that I'm in, you have to get the one with the blonde-haired lady, and it's dated August 1st. So again, I was absolutely thrilled to be part of this publication, and real women, real stories. So if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend that you do that. So I'll talk about my weigh-in after we talk about the topic, because I think the topic is important. It ties into my weigh-in. So I'm gonna let you stew for a bit. So how to fit in fitness even if you only have a few minutes. And this is brought to us by Janes O'Keefe. She did last week's topic too. This is I think it's called Being Flexible Month. And I was asked by a few people who do I track bites if I could post, if it's something that they could look at, if I would post still shots at the end of the video. So if I remember to do that, which we know sometimes I forget, I will try. An ideal activity routine helps you feel less tense. When your schedule fills up or your energy nosedives, don't stress about how to fit in what you usually do. Take a breath and stretch and your definition of what it means to you to be active and define, you know. Try this. Focus on what? Core, back and hamstrings, lower back and glutes, chest, inner thighs. So it gives you what to focus on, how to start, and how to stretch. So it's really about stretching. And honestly, I really think that's a great thing to start out a routine, is to stretch. There's a lot of benefits to stretching. That's what the Pilates and yoga movements are about, strengthening in your core. So if you have that strengthened, you know, you could absolutely up it a little bit. Now, what I will say, before you try anything, you definitely need to check with your physician. Don't start something because you don't know. I mean, a lot of my followers and subscribers and friends are in their golden years. So would I sit there and tell you to do this? I would say check with your doctor. Always, always, before you do anything new, check with your physician, because I don't want you to get hurt. And let me tell you something, even stretching, you can get hurt if you don't stretch properly. Fun fact. So I will post these since they have things. You might want to go back to it. Like, I've had people tell me that there's certain videos that they save and they go back and rewatch. So this might be one of them if you're looking to, you know, build your core and what you need to do for all those things. Like, we'll just take back and hamstrings. Where to start, standing or seated, and how to stretch. Lift the arms over the head, hinge at the waist, and reach for your toes. And then you reach for your toes. Like, a lot of this is not exercise, it's just stretching and getting movement into your joints. Because as we get older, arthritis sets in, joints get a little bit stiff. It's always good to move, you know. I'm not you know me, exercise is not something I enjoy, but stretching, I never realized until the leader was talking about it today that I actually do stretch in the morning. I try not to stretch too much, because sometimes I get a Charlie horse if I stretch my foot the wrong way, and that goes the back of my, oh yeah. Have you ever had that happen? Yeah, and it's painful. Oh my gosh, the one time I got a Charlie horse, I thought I had to call 911. It was bad. So I try to stretch properly and not overstretch, especially because I'm not a person who's very athletic. Have 5 or 10 minutes. Open the Obey Fitness and the WW app. Scroll to stretches and choose a full body session. Or if you've already got stretches your body loves, lean on those. I'm actually going to try the Obey, because like I said, I don't utilize the app enough. And since you're paying for it, go into Obey. Go look and check out stretches. Stretches are great. It could be just a great thing to do, and it's also a great warm up for doing something else. We always should stretch before we do any activity, especially being a little bit older. You just should. Like, I have people like they join Weight Watchers. Oh, I need to join a gym. And I need, you know what? You just need to do the basics. And I say this 1.5 million times. I should count how many weigh-in videos I've done. I've probably done, if I've done one a week, that's 52 weeks. So I've done a few hundred, because I've done it a couple years. I've lost all my weight without any exercise. So I don't feel you have to exercise to lose weight. You don't. And I was just talking about that to my leader today, and I'll get to that. So my magazine to blow away. Let's dive a little deeper. Look at the wind. It's beautiful out today. If you have a regular activity routine, you probably work your butt off to get it to that routine part. First 5, second is totally understandable. If you have feelings when stuff gets in the way of its, whether a mountain of to-dos or single unexpected things. See, I don't feel that way. If I can't exercise, I don't feel bad about it. My doctor told me I had to go for my foot. I have a neuroma in the bottom of my foot between my 2 middle toes, and he said, I don't want you doing any kind of exercise, or, you know, keep it, you know. I'm like, okay. Do I feel bad about it? No. I'm like, no, because you know what? We have to do what we have to do. And if a doctor tells you to stay off your foot, you stay off your foot. You don't sit there and fight, well, let me do other things. You know, it is what it is. Or maybe you just can't muster the mental or physical energy some days. Whatever is stopping you, it is not an excuse of the dog ate my homework variety, meaning it's okay, it's okay, life is going to life. Yeah, I mean, don't feel bad if you don't get some routine in that you usually do for like activity. Like, don't beat yourself up. I know there's people out there that, oh my God, they'll work out twice as hard tomorrow. You know what I always try to remind you guys is this is a lifestyle. You have to do something you can keep up with. So maybe getting up at the crack of dawn to do a run, or to get up at crack of dawn to do your exercise might not work on the long haul. Like 5 years from now, you're going to be getting up at the crack of dawn? But doing something like stretching, taking a walk is something you can continue to do. So try to keep it simple. And if you need to up it, then absolutely, you absolutely should up it. You absolutely, but start out small, check with your doctor, and then increase as your body feels comfortable. Don't overstress your body, because guess what? When you shut down, it is how it goes. What you can do. Get flexible, literally and figuratively. Stretching makes the ideal plan B, C, or D, because it still gets you moving, but often takes less time, equipment, and the raw drive when life muscles in on the plan. A, activity not only does stretching increase flexibility and feels good, research also shows it makes daily activities easier and decreases the risk of injury. True fact. You know when you're reaching for an object 1 minute and ice pack and ibuprofen the next, and like your regular workouts, it can bust stress. It could bust stress, boost moods, it may even help you grow your budget. Yes, if you go into the activity app, there is stretching. You will earn activity points. It's not going to be 10. You might earn 1 or 2 points, but that's 1 or 2 points you didn't have before. And if you do it every day, that's 7 points you could earn. So think about that. It's kind of like the water thing. It's rewarding you for doing something good. Like some people think that that's negative to reward yourself for doing something good. I personally don't feel that way because I think if you're moving, you're earning it, you're burning. A slightly thing as stretching is definitely, you know, and just keep it. There's so many things you can do in a chair if you have really bad legs, and like my mother could never, but she could sit there and she used to work out her arms, you know, like just stretch. I mean, think how good that feels. Just going like this. It does. If you get juice in the joints, you know what I'm saying? Juice in the joints. Like when arthritis builds up, like with the dog, I'll use him as an example, but keeping him mobile helped him because it keeps because when you keep it and it locks and he's not going to be able to do it. And the doctor was quite impressed with how he recovered. He said, because you're keeping him active, not overdoing it, but keeping him active enough that keeps, you know, everything a little bit limber. You have to, because if you don't, it's kind of like, do you ever see people that have their hand, because they can't move them anymore because they stopped. I mean, they're not going to be perfect, but you just need to be a little bit better. Meanwhile, being flexible with your routine, resisting all or nothing approach to movement can help you stay consistent on your weight loss journey. Keep it simple where you can do it. When you make things so big, it's overwhelming. And what do we do when we're overwhelmed? We don't do anything. So I always say, keep it simple. You can always build later. You don't have, like we're doing a challenge, walking 15 minutes extra a day. We did it last month too. Like, why not move it up? Because let's get 15 minutes in. If you move it up, you might not be able to get it done. So you know what? 15 bonus minutes is 15 bonus minutes that you didn't do. You got to look at the small thing for the big picture. You might even enjoy stretching so much, add it to your day when you have time for your usual activities. Sometimes you can stretch during your favorite morning talk show. Watching Kelly and who's she with now? Ryan? I can't remember. Yeah, while you're watching Kelly and Ryan, you can do your stretches. Because we're sitting there, if there's something you want to watch, watching Good Morning America, the Today Show, like, okay, I'm going to watch the Today Show. I'm going to watch Al Roker. I'm going to stretch. We had a yoga instructor in a meeting today. She teaches, and she was giving us some ideas. And like I said, you just do it. You don't do it till it hurts. You just do it a little bit. And each day you go a little bit further over, and then you'll see more flexibility. It's about being flexible. It's about just moving. We're not telling you to go run a marathon. We're just telling you to just stretch. And like I said, Obey has you covered. And if you're paying for the WW app or you have the WW app, it is right there. I'm sure YouTube has tons of them as well. But if you have WW, if you have track bites, I'm not sure what they have, but you could use YouTube for that. Maybe I'll do a stretching video. Wouldn't that be fun? Would you like that? I often wanted to do a walking video. It's just hard finding music. That's the problem with YouTube, because you have to have, music, and you don't want to do it silence. So, but maybe we can do like a quick stretch video, and that would be just me chatting. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. If you're injured, check with your healthcare provider or physical therapist. Absolutely. I said that in the beginning. I didn't even need her to tell me that. Absolutely. You always, especially being a little bit on the older, mature side, I even should check with my doctor as well. You always should check with your physician, because you don't want to hurt yourself, because if you're hurt, you're not going to be doing nothing. You're not. So this is in the Live Flexibly. This is the last one for the Live Flexibly series, because August 1st is Monday. A whole new month. That's crazy. So with that, let's get to my Weighin, because I didn't get to talk to you about that. So like I said, I went to the doctor's last Thursday. I got a cortisone shot in my toe, and he told me not to do my walking exercise. So I'm like, okay, no need to tell me twice. Somebody tells me not to exercise, I'm like, yeah, I'm on. Did I feel bad about it? Absolutely not, I did not. So when I stepped on the scale today, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, oh, it's not gonna be good. I didn't think I'd gain. I thought, well, maybe I did think I'd gain, because I earned no activity points, none. And I get 21. So it was actually in the negative for my weeklies, because I use weeklies, and I earned none. I maybe had, I didn't get to have a big ass salad this week, so I don't think I earned maybe 1 or 2 vegetable points all week. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be good. Plus, with eating more, you know, I've gained the last 3 weeks. Because when you eat more, in the beginning, you gain because your body's used to eating less. So when you even though you're giving it the correct amount of calories, it's more than you had before. So yeah, so the last few weeks, I wasn't that upset about it because I knew there was a transition few weeks, because sometimes it could last 6 weeks. So, but when I got on the scale today, I was down 2.2. Shut the front door with no activity in my negative for weeklies, because I didn't earn any, but I used them. Now remember, I lost all of my weight with no activity. So I'm not allowed to exercise for another week. So I go see him on Thursday. So I still am not going to be doing any walking. I mean, I walk the dog. I don't walk him as much. I have the boys do. I do one and the boys do the other 2. So now I'm walking the dog. I'm wearing these I did an unboxing of these Fitville Sneakers. What I loved about these, and these have really helped, is they have a wide toe bed. That's when they reached out to me to say, hey, can you show our shoes? They're more for like people with, you know, and I was just found I had flat feet. So they have a really wide toe bed. So they've been, only thing I could really wear, clothes that's been really comfortable. So that is what I've been wearing. So there you go. Who knew? Yep. So I'm interested to see how next week goes. I've been eating really well. I've not eaten anything different, but this goes to show it's what you eat. All right, so let's have the tasting. Okay. This is what one of the balls looks like. How big is it? And it's like the center of my hand. It's a little bit smaller than the built balls, which I love, which they don't make anymore. This is the chocolate. I did buy the oatmeal raisin. And there's nut butter in some, you could see it. I do prefer the oatmeal raisin. Same thing with the built balls. I prefer the coconut over the chocolate brownie. It's 2 of these are 3 points, which I don't think is bad. It's 4 grams of protein for both balls, so it's 2 grams per each. But these are the ones that I got, the oatmeal raisin and peanut butter. 3 points for both of them. So I think that is a good deal for points, in my opinion. I like them. They have them on the website. I believe that they're no sugar added. They're made with organic ingredients, dates, peanuts, oats, raisins, flax, cinnamon, and salt. So if you're one of those people that like a minimal amount of ingredients, there you go. That is a minimal amount of ingredients. But I do prefer the oatmeal raisin, if you want my opinion. The other ones, I don't know, they just kind of fall short for me. I'm a snob when it comes to chocolate. It has to be really deep and intense, and see, that's not. Or kind of like, doesn't do anything for me. It's kind of like, yeah. I knew I'd probably be like, yeah, that's all right. It's not. Oatmeal raisin, I tasted that one this morning. That's where it's at. And that's why I bought that box. But that's it for my weekly topic. Did I handle everything? I think I talked about everything. I did. So is that, what do you think? How did you do this week? Let me know. What did you think of the topic? I will post the stills for the iTrack Bites healthy people, because you might want to go back and refer to that, which is fun. That I love the fact that you guys refer back. I'm so touched. So yeah, so it's like kind of a resource. I will post stills of that in case you want to. I'll screenshot in case you want to see and go back over that, because there's a lot in there about how to be flexible. Like I said, core, back, hamstrings, lower back and glutes, chest, and inner thighs. The thighs, man. The thighs. So like I said, let me know how you did this week on the scale. Let me know what you thought of this week's topic. You know, I think this topic this month, I've actually been pleased with. Shock of all shocks, because you know I have a problem with their topics. But there's different people, and it's a different perspective. And I like that. Kristen Fisher, we just didn't get along. But these girls, yeah, they're my people. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know. I love to say that. So I will dish with you another day. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a subscribe button right down there. Hit it and join our family here. Go to the Facebook group, Dish or Teaspoon, join us there. It's us 24/7. We ask questions, we share. If you're having a bad day, you post it in there because we are a community. We are. And you know, I always leave videos at the end of the video if you need something else to watch, because why not? I did post a video about how to go into convenience stores and get low point options. It's pretty good. It's pretty eye-opening, actually. So I will leave that here as well. So thank you. I will dish with you another day. Ta-ta.